So like shapewear has this thing where it sucks you in, and that's great. But then there's areas of your body you don't want sucked in, like your butt. You want your butt to be hanging all out. So they have no, it doesn't. They have the material is like thinner on the butt cheek, so that it has the.
Look at Israel in the party.
You know what I mean? Have you ever worn like leggings over your workout? You know what I mean? And it's just flat in your ass. You don't want that. So.
Israel, ain't you supposed to be asleep, Israel? Yeah, let's see.
Genuinely work out in this. I feel very I don't know. I feel, even though it's sucked in, I feel very mobile. Like it's not the kind of spandex material. Have you ever worn spandex? Love this. So shout out to Skims for that. Walmart version of the Skims outfits that we were wearing. I feel people working out too. I mean, maybe not like in the gym, maybe to go on a hike or something, but I like it because I feel like.
The mysterious Britannia 187. How you doing?
Hi.
Am I tripping that I think you're mysterious?
No, I think I am too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like there's so much about me that people just don't know.
Really?
So that's why it's a mystery.
Yeah. No, I feel like you're one of those people that everybody just kind of knows about. Everybody has seen you on Instagram, but then it's just like, that's kind of the thing on Instagram is it's sort of surface level. People don't tend to go dig around on Google and figure out where people are coming from. It just appears like people just appear out of the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, totally. And then obviously Instagram, it was always pictures. They didn't even introduce videos until way later. So really all you're looking at is just a big image, like an image, and it's what you portray. So a lot of people see me as just a sex symbol and they don't know anything about me, which just worked for me. But I mean, there's so much that is better than just the image.
Right. We'll get into all that for sure. But that is kind of interesting because, I mean, you could present yourself however you want on Instagram. Like, you choose to go in this way where you've almost sort of chosen to paint yourself as this sexualized superhero.
Well,
which sounds like a good album name also.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't start that way. I think in the beginning I was all family. I was just, I did what worked for me. I have my clothing line. I did that. But then, you gotta go with the trends. Like whatever's poppin'. I would post a little sexy picture. It would kill it. And I was like, oh, this is what people want to see. And it ended up being what it is now.
Right.
Which is just craziness.
Just sort of keep getting more and more extreme with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your early days though. So where were you born?
Where was I born?
Yeah.
I was born in Oxnard, California. A lot of people do not know where that's at, so I usually stay an hour from LA.
Okay, but up north?
I don't know my direction, but I think that's going towards San Francisco. I think so. Yeah, north.
Okay, cool. Okay, and so what was your upbringing like?
Oh God, it was wild. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, long story short, it's pretty much broken home. Parents split up. My mom cheated on my dad. I hate cheaters for that reason.
Really?
I'm not against anyone, whatever they do. I just personally hate it for my reasons and my upbringing.
And did you know as a young kid that your mom was cheating?
Yeah, we found out, and it was just a big lie going on in the house for a year.
Wow.
And so I blame her for tearing up our whole family. So I didn't go live with her. I stayed living with my dad, but then he ended up, he was going down the wrong path. He ended up in prison.
Whoa.
I ended up by myself at going on 15 years old with a kid.
You had a kid at 15
yeah,
and your parents were gone?
I was wilding out.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so pretty much I went on this, I lived on my own, took care of myself since I was 15. And it was just a lot of hectic, crazy shit that, made me who I am, so I'm not mad at it. It's good.
Right.
But it definitely wasn't, easy life.
Let me just ask, who impregnated you before you were 15?
My first son's dad.
Okay. But what kind of dude was he that hit?
Oh, he's a good guy. Okay, let me tell you something about me that a lot of people don't know either. Since a very young age, I always known what I want. I never make bad mistakes. I feel like at the time they're good. Even back back then I was choosing. Like, I made sure that he was a good guy.
Okay.
He was smart. He was educated. He was in the Marines. Back then, that was something good.
He was in the Marines?
Yeah, that was something good.
But you were 15.
Yeah, I think he was 5 years older, but I didn't look like I was 15 in his defense.
Did he know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Oxnard, just anything goes?
Pretty much. If anyone's from Oxnard, they'll know.
Holy shit. So how old is that kid now?
He's 18.
Holy shit. So you got an 18-year-old?
I have an 18-year-old son.
That's amazing. He's seen everything this whole way along.
Yeah.
Damn. See, that's like you actually got the version of the conversation that me and Lenny keep having, like with different girls on the podcast, which is kind of like, people always want to say, like, if your mom is going to basically, do adult content, whatever, and then people always want to make that argument that, like, the kids are going to be fucked up from it or something like that. You've actually been through this whole cycle.
Yes. I think as long as you're open and you believe in what you do and, you're proud of what you do and why you do it and your reason is good, then obviously it's all good. And besides that, it's unconditional love. When you have kids, even if you were a fuck up,
right,
you're still going to love your parent regardless. You know what I mean? So,
have you ever had to have that conversation with him where it's like, has anyone ever acted weird to him about in school or anything?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, but to him, like, he doesn't care at all, obviously. This is normal. So, and I tell a lot of people, too, because a lot of people always trip out, like, what do your kids think? And I'm like, this is normal to us.
Yeah.
So when people say things, we're like, okay.
Yeah, it must seem weird, like, if your dad's a professional wrestler or rapper or whatever, but if you grow up like that and you're just sort of always used to dealing
and that's
with it.
normal to you.
Yeah.
So he's never had any bad experiences.
Okay.
He's had experiences, but he's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't care.
Sounds like he has a good head on his shoulders, at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you're 15 with a kid, family's all messed up. What is your life like at this point, or like, what are you doing with your life at that point?
Okay, so I've always been a hustler. I always say it's in my blood. To me, it's a talent. If you are, like the savage, you know how to make money. To me, it's a talent because obviously everyone would be rich if it wasn't a talent.
Right.
So since I was super young, I've always found a way. It's like weird. I can't even explain. It's like a drive. Like it's kind of like adrenaline that you just find a way, and you can't stop until you figure it out. So back then, I had a fake birth certificate, fake everything. I had a job, so I worked a job. Then I go dance at night. Go dance. A lot of people think it's a stripper. It's not. It's like the people that go, dance up in the,
Right. You
things.
keep your clothes on. You're just sort of dancing. It's like part of the ambiance in the club or the room.
Yeah. And then I knew a lot of bad people, so then I flip shit on the side too. So
you were selling drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was making money 3 ways in the beginning. Yeah.
Coke, weed. What were you doing? Coke. That was the what was in demand in Oxnard.
It
at
was
the
meth
time?
and coke. Yeah.
Meth and coke. Was there significantly different clientele that were dealing with either of them?
No, they're kind of the same. They're both wild.
Really? No, I know, but like, it's just like
it's not like weed. To me, weed is like whatever. Like any normal person, it's not. To me, weed's not even a drug. You know?
Yeah.
I don't smoke weed, but I just don't think anything about it.
You have to smoke a lot of weed or have a lot of weed for it to be the kind of thing that would be even close to the sort of like risk in LA at least that you would be dealing with any other drug, really.
Totally. Yeah.
So you're just sort of like hustling, just getting by at this point in your life?
Yeah.
You finish high school?
Of course not.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I can't even spell. Of course not. No.
That's good.
And you don't need to be successful. That's so overrated. My kids are in school right now. I don't give a fuck if they pass or not. I'm like, just go to make friends. Like, it's not important. Like, you don't learn anything that you use in real life.
Yeah, but
unless you're gonna be a doctor.
Right, but I mean, there's some stuff, or at least like if your kid is getting a good foundation when they're in high school, I feel like that's like kind of the building blocks of what they then could go on to do in their life. Like if they don't start to learn math in school, then how are they ever going to know if they're talented at math and they could maybe go do something with that?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. So the go-go dancing, did you ever strip? Did that lead to anything?
No.
Okay.
No, I will not grind no dicks for no tips. I always had boundaries.
Okay.
And I definitely wouldn't do that.
So you can
and I don't think anything bad of it. My sister was a stripper. So I don't think for a long time. I don't think anything bad. Just I personally wouldn't do it. I would sell drugs before I would strip.
Yeah, I mean, I think that too. Because my girl says the same thing. She's like, I'll do the private snap, but I'm not trying to go fucking have to talk to dudes.
Yeah, totally.
That's the part that makes it kind of weird. Okay, so did you stay in Oxnard all this time, or like when did you actually make a move on from that situation?
Okay, so I ended up doing a show 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and that is weird because I lived in a bubble. I didn't know anything. I never even met a different race in my life. All I knew was Mexicans,
Really?
white, and black. Like, I didn't know, like, there was any races that were different. Like, I literally lived in this small bubble.
So you never heard of China or anything?
I mean, maybe I knew about that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in Chinese people, you know, but nothing like exotic, nothing like, you know, I didn't experience nothing. I didn't know what sushi was.
Were you even thinking about like LA? Was LA even like a thing to you,
No.
or you were just totally in your own bubble there?
Totally my own bubble, totally. And that was my life, that was my normal. And I went somewhere one time and someone came up to me, they were like, hey, you want to do a show? I was like, oh, sounds cool. You know, they're like, free booze, like free this. I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. And I ended up doing a show and my life changed drastically.
And the first show was Flavor of Love?
Rock of Love.
Rock of Love.
Yeah.
So were you a Bret Michaels fan, or did you even know anything about him?
I did. Actually, the whole truth is they actually casted me for a different show. It was Real and Chance. It was a different show, and I didn't want to do it.
What was Real and Chance?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, I made a good decision. I told you I'm good at making decisions.
Rock of Love. This was actually kind of strange about it. Is I remember watching Rock of Love, so I definitely watched an entire season of you
It was
on a show.
poppin' back in the day.
Yeah, it was, and I never used to watch it like that, but somehow I got into that and Flavor of Love. But I don't actually remember like I'm sure you looked a lot different and stuff. I'm sure maybe if I saw your character like on the show.
Yeah.
I would
I mean, it
remember.
was so 10 years ago. That's a long ass time ago.
Yeah, over 10 years, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up doing that show. Changed my whole life. Changed
Really?
everything. Yeah.
So what was it like actually being on the show? Were you actually a fan of Bret Michaels?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. So
Right.
I did watch Rock of Love, and I did love the show. So I actually got offered to do a different show before. I didn't know it. I didn't care for it, and I didn't want to do it. I was like, no, I'm not interested. Then they hit me up again, and they're like, okay, what about Rock of Love? I was like, fuck yeah, it's my favorite show, because I watched season 1 and 2. I was on the third one.
Right.
So yeah, I was down with it. I wasn't really a fan of him. I like his music's good, but I was a fan of the show.
He's bald as fuck under that bandana and the hair.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Is that a wig, you think?
Yeah, it's a wig.
You ever saw his
I've
bald?
never
his
seen him
bald?
without it, no.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the girls hooked up with him
Right.
during the show, and she told me that.
I felt like everybody was kind of like making out with him on the show, but not
Yeah.
really hooking up.
One girl like actually hooked up with him.
Really? And she told everybody about what it was
Yeah.
like? What was the review like?
She said it was good.
Strong dick. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, it should be good. She said it was good.
Yeah, he's been probably fucked a million girls over the years. Shit. So what was it like actually being in that environment?
It
being
was
on this
so much
show?
fun. Oh,
Really?
God,
You got along with the
yeah.
girls and shit?
No, but that's okay. Like, it was fun.
Were you really like beefing with them and stuff? What was like your
Yeah.
most significant shit that happened on the show?
Well, what everyone knew me for was for the episode I got kicked off on. And it was when they brought on the exes
Okay.
on. So my ex came on. And then the girl, his ex was there, Bret Michaels' ex. And then she said something. I ended up getting mad. I get up. I spit on her.
Oh,
They
you-
try to hit her.
You were the one who spit.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And what was the girl's name that you spit on?
Her name was Heather.
Heather? I thought
Yeah.
it was like Buttercup or some shit.
No. That's a whole different show.
That was a different show. Okay, you're right. I'm thinking of somebody else. All right, fair enough. That was Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
Oh, see, they always had a theory that was like a fake spit, that they like digitally enhanced the spit. Not yours.
They do enhance it. I mean, it's
Okay.
TV. They make it better. But
Yeah.
it's really what goes on. It's really what happens. But they do make it look more extreme.
So being on a show like that, is it just a bunch of, it's like backstage at a strip club, except everybody's just getting drunk as fuck and they have nothing to do all day?
Well, I don't know about backstage of a strip club,
Oh,
but
never
I
been to one?
know about that it's just wildness. It was just.
Introduce you to my ex and last year's winner, Amber Lake.
Two friends find a way to keep Taco Bell's nacho fries on the market. Where'd you get that? But when you get too close to the fryer,
Just give him the ingredients.
you might get burned. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
Oh my God! I can't believe what I'm hearing. So you're going to hear right now. You guys don't.
I'm telling you, be real, you stick your dick in a
Burger, you know what I'm saying? Have a good time. That's not true.
Oh my God.
Royalty seems very eager to throw Britannia under the bus. This is going to be interesting.
Last time I saw it.
And how long ago was that?
Probably like right before she left for this.
Abel. That's, I think, the whole purpose I'm asking for.
And he's a lucky motherfucker. I'm mad that he's stealing my ass. He's stealing my hookup. So, she's simple. I think the best way to describe her is simple.
Came to you and said,
Pretty impressive list, I'll be honest with you. I could never see myself strangling in some sex.
That's not her ex.
Did this one fucking thing for me. He couldn't do this for me. He knows how much this shit means to me, and he couldn't even show up.
I think it was.
Are you kidding me?
Sure it's not the girlfriend that wouldn't let him do it?
No, of course it's the fucking girlfriend.
I'm not really sure right.
Me and my ex.
go in and have to talk to Amber and Heather with our exes. I don't want to go.
Just sit down.
I really don't want to.
Just relax.
No, I want to go.
About it. If you tell the truth, everything's fine.
Who she says is her son.
Bad dude.
Out of my face.
Hey! What?
You just go. Go.
Yeah, bitch.
I'll fuck you up. Ask Amber.
Hell, I'm gonna go against you right now, because you over here bullshitting on some bullshit right now. Fuck out of here.
Shut the hell up, you stupid hater. Like, you do not want to mess with me, Heather. You told me that you could fuck this bitch anytime you wanted to. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, bitch. He told me all of these things.
For 1 second real quick.
That's all you do is, what the fuck does that have to fucking do with real?
Hey, John, this is going bad, dude.
Out of my face.
Hey! What?
You just go. Go.
Yeah, bitch.
I'll fuck you up.
Oh, she's a keeper.
I've got Heather and Amber interrogating my girls and their exes, and let me tell you something, things are starting to get ugly.
You're out, peace. So Heather's freaking drilling me. I'm getting pissed off. I'm thinking you do not want to mess with me, Heather, because the difference between me and all these other girls is those girls talk. All you do is run your motherfucking mouth. That's why you got blocked. Pretty impressed at myself. You got blocked. So I had to spit. You're out, peace. There's too much of a gap because of that damn table. I couldn't connect on her, so I had to spit.
Alright, nigga.
Ready? Yes. I'm warming up. Okay, you can use your hands.
Come on. Yeah, get up to it. That's tough. I'm just waiting for it. I fall asleep. Waiting for this nigga that don't know how to act. But he just turned 14 today. Not even my menu. Let me buy USB. What? I'm about to ask about beating nigga ass, but I'm beat the shit. I'm gonna let that spell for I did talk.
it, but she running through the bags. Got a phone, bitch, calling straight up Japan. Bitch, gon' take some Zans, yeah, Molly with the Zans. Saying fuck a damn bitch, take off your pants. Yeah, I'ma fuck her, do my dance now. Take out all the bags while shawty do a dance.
That's right, I do that.
She fuck for free, I told her go get her cash.
I'm gonna get that PS5, bro.
The Vulcan Centaur launch vehicle will provide higher performance and greater affordability while continuing to deliver our unmatched reliability and precision. Vulcan Centaur, the right vehicle, the right choice, the right time.
So sitting comfortably, just beginning with a nice big deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So eyes open, a soft focus. As you breathe out, you can allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Just keep the eyes open for a moment. Just focusing in on one particular object within your field of vision. Not staring at it too intently, still aware of the space around you. But just gently focusing on that one.
So when does Grand Theft Auto Online take place? That's one of the most popular questions asked in the Grand Theft Auto community. That has about 10 million answers that are not right, but these answers are also not wrong. Today we're going to shed some light on one of the most confusing topics in the Grand Theft Auto series, history, and all of that, and obviously that's when does GTA Online take place? So Rockstar always does a really good job at making things ultra confusing. Take the GTA universes, for instance. If you don't know about those, check out this super highly detailed video I made answering any question you have regarding the GTA universes. I made that about 2 years ago, and if you don't know about the universes, basically Claude, Tommy, CJ, or any PS2 era GTA character pre-GTA 4 can never under any circumstances return in any Grand Theft Auto. That's because of the universes, which a lot of people don't understand. And it's kind of the same concept with GTA Online times like 10. This is the universes on freaking crack cocaine. So if you learned something new from this video or you just find it enjoyable, then please give it a big thumbs up. Let's go for 3,000 likes. Spread the word. Also, if you don't already follow me on Twitter or Instagram, Zach Cox TV, those links are in the description. I asked you guys earlier, hey, when do you think GTA Online takes place? So Twitter and Instagram are a great way to get a hold of me outside of YouTube. The interaction on Twitter and Instagram is crazy, and there's so much positivity there, and you guys are always asking me tons of questions, so that's the best place 6 months before the single player, and my source for this is actually Rockstar Games themselves on September 30th, 2013, just 1 day before GTA Online released. On an AMA on Rockstar's official website, they were asked, when does GTA Online take place? And to that, Rockstar answered, some people who've been playing through the Grand Theft Auto 5 story have been inquiring as to how the narrative of GTA Online correlates or crosses over. Grand Theft Auto Online is set a few months prior to the events of Grand Theft Auto 5's single-player story. So that right there confirms that it takes place just a few months before. Now, there's no official set time on whether it's 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. So my guess is that 3 to 6 months before the events of GTA 5, that's when it takes place. Which now brings us to the next question. When does Grand Theft Auto 5 take place? And that's a pretty easy one to answer. That is 2013. So basically, since Grand Theft Auto 4, each GTA game takes place in the year that they are released. GTA 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony, and The Lost and Damned all take place at the same time in 2008. GTA Chinatown Wars, which a lot of y'all don't actually know is a part of the HD universe, takes place in 2009, and GTA 5 takes place in 2013. All of those games were released in those same years that they take place. So, lastly, in the timeline of events sense, that brings us to June 2017 with the release of the gun running update. And this basically confirmed when GTA Online is taking place as of 2017. And that's in the mission Mole Hunt, where at the beginning, Agent 14 states that it is 2017. And here you can have a brief listen in on that.
My arrival states, yeah, it's 2017. I can't believe it.
So once that very crucial line was stated in June 2017 with the gun running update, that's where there was a huge break in the GTA Online timeline. So we went from this taking place 6 months before the events of the GTA 5 single player in 2013. And my guess is that it's probably, we're either in late 2012 or early 2013, just depending on the actual timeline. But we went from that to all of a sudden being in 2017. So what does that mean? What's going on here and kind of where are we at? So with this timeline split, I believe that that gave us like 2.5 different options. So prior to gun running, we were on the same canonical timeline as Grand Theft Auto 5 in the HD universe. But once gun running released and we're now in 2017, that kind of split this into two. So option number one is that GTA Online is no longer non-canon, meaning it doesn't continue on, or it's not a prequel to the GTA 5 storyline. It's its own just alternate timeline. We've got the same characters, same everything, except that it's just its own alternate universe, basically, which would explain why we have flying motorcycles.
Fire TV tube? Alexa, turn on the TV. Play Martha and Snoop's Potluck Party Challenge. Alexa, volume up.
Now shooting rockets at people, super futuristic laser weapons, and things like that, which also led the Saints Row Twitter to actually throw some shade at Rockstar Games. So on November 12th, 2019, someone asked, okay, two things. One, GTA Online is effing unplayable with these stupid, crappy flying cars that fire rockets. Sorry, did we buy Saints Row? Two, dear Lord, that... new Sonic trailer is funny. And Saints Row replied, the official Saints Row account, saying, now, who is copying who? And way back in 2018, just off topic, I made a video actually comparing Saints Row and Rockstar Games and all the shots that they've taken at each other over the years. But this is the newest one here because obviously throughout the years, Saints Row has been critically acclaimed as a GTA clone and copying GTA. But really, now, who is copying who? But that aside, that brings us to option number two. And that is every update since the gun running DLC is a real-time progression in GTA Online. So basically gun running, which released in June 2017, takes place in 2017. Moving on to say the casino heist, for instance, which released in July 2019, well, that brings us to July 2019. So basically now with any update that we get, the year that it releases and the month that it releases is basically where we are at in GTA Online. That makes the most sense to me. And that can be kind of like I said, canon to what's going on in the GTA 5 single player. But that said, that also... What I believe is going on here, we've got option 2.5. It's, like I said, every update is a real-time progression in real life, except it's its own alternate timeline and universe, meaning that in GTA 6, for instance, GTA Online is not going to be a prequel to GTA 6. It might be a prequel to GTA Online 2, but it will be GTA Online is not going to be a prequel to GTA 6. It might be a prequel to GTA Online 2, but it will be in its own alternate universe. So, like I said, that's the best way that I can kind of like put things together and that it makes the most sense to me. Now that brings us to kind of the next topic that I do want to talk about, which is if you disregard... So, like I said, that's the best way that I can kind of like put things together and that it makes the most sense to me. Now that brings us to kind of the next topic that I do want to talk about, which is if you disregard all of that, well, we have just a huge mix of single player and online, but this alternate universe. And that is some continuity errors that we do have going on here. So the first one is a huge mix of single player and online, but this alternate universe. And that is some continuity errors that we do have going on here. So the first one is a really like old continuity error in basic Rockstar logic, but Trevor mentions in the single player how he's never been to Los Santos before the mission Friends Reunited, where he discovers Michael is in Los Santos, so he goes from Sandy Shores to Los Santos. And like I said, he mentions he's never been to Los Santos before. But in GTA Online, which is supposedly supposed to take place before GTA 5, well, Trevor is actually...
By the time I got to the end of high school, you know, most of my siblings had already enlisted.
Ever after, which is really cool. It's pretty obvious that was always the real ending, but that said, in the casino heist, Tao Chang mentions that he was almost assassinated outside of the country club, and this is obviously alluding to the third way or option C mission in GTA 5, or the finale, which, like I said before, confirms which ending was the real ending. And Tao mentioning that he was almost assassinated outside of the club, like I said, alludes to the mission and the fact that we take out Tao's father, but if you take a closer look when doing that mission, Tao's actually in the same vehicle as his dad. So all these years we thought that he was actually taken care of and killed alongside his father, but that's not the case. So right there, we've got some continuity errors going on. The next is Smuggler's Run, which released in August 2017, so just 2 months after the events, or after the gun running update, when Ron makes a passing reference to Trevor as having gone all Vinewood. And he also refers to Trevor as his old boss, meaning that him and Trevor are no longer intertwined. Reference to Trevor as having gone all Vinewood. And he also refers to Trevor as his old boss.
You need to go to bed. You got KCP bed bugs to wake up to.
I don't go to school tomorrow.
So you going to school tomorrow?
Never told me I'm on 3 days.
Oh nah. You forgot to wish my man Ryan happy birthday today.
Happy birthday, Ryan. Did he sleep?
Nah, that nigga, he went to go take a shower. Antonio got a bedtime. When you come out, you gotta ask him.
Meaning that him and Trevor are...
But most likely Ryan will lie. Paco need to be sleep. That nigga got roads to go to them.
Now what you got to get up tomorrow for?
Shit, I get out at 2 o'clock. I'm good.
You know what I gotta get up to?
That's cool.
No longer intertwined with one another. And also in the single player, and he also refers to Trevor as his old boss, meaning that him and Trevor are no longer intertwined with one another. And also in the single player, we do have some very interesting nods to GTA Online and the 13, obviously, new unpredictable texture scene in the GTA 5 scene.
You should be up.
Yeah, she got a bed. I got bedtime.
I never had a bedtime.
What she do?
You know I never had no bedtime. My bedtime was like, I haven't had bedtime since 2K18. She ain't gonna do shit. All we gonna do is be hanging around the park. Ain't nobody gonna be there. Ain't nobody gonna be out there.
So we played outside, and I remember putting them back in so I could show off to everybody in the class like that I had flight. Yo, I'm telling the story. I'm telling day, bro. Hey, shut the fuck up. But you weak as fuck at basketball. You play weak out. Yes, weak as fuck.
Like, why you playing, bro?
Like, why your shirt stretched up? This nigga got neck braids.
They stay trolling this nigga flight.
Flight, you good, bro? Why you stop talking? I want to hear your story. It sounded like it was good. Are you done talking? Like a breast steak. Bro, why you like a whole little ass nigga? What's going on? Are you done talking, bitch, so I can finish my story? Bro, just play the fucking basketball. Shut your bitch ass up. Nigga, you weak as fuck in real life. How the fuck you trash at the game and in real life? How does that work? I want to mute them, but I'm going to just let them talk to they sound excited to talk to nigga like me, so I'm just chilling. I'm trying to finish my story. Look at your outfit. I'm going to finish it off another time. I remember what I was left off at. Oh, Jay should took it up.
Man, I'm here, Ryan.
Fuck you catch that. Okay, nigga. Is that right? Oh yeah.
Nah, bro. We about to start again. I did, nigga. Check your notifications. Check your notifications, nigga. I did. Alright, Mitch. Okay, Mitch.
Let's get it. Alright, anyway, long story short, yo. Basically got the motherfucking the wheels. I put them back in when we was out on recess, yo. And I had the type of Heelys where it was like inclined so you can grind and shit or whatever, like, you know, on like an object and shit and everything. So I tried to go down the slide and grind and shit. And basically, long story short, I busted my ass. Oh yeah. Flew back to the slide, busted my ass. Everybody was laughing. I was just trying to finish. These bitch ass niggas came in here interrupting shit. Killed the vibe of the way I was telling it.
How do Tim know about your cousin, bro?
Download GoPuff to get everything delivered
Tim, you like your cousin post already.
Cause we be in the studio and shit. Me, Joe, and Tim and Monte on the same song as Monte, right?
Yeah. Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Joe. Joe likes that.
Let's go, bitch. Oh my god. What the fuck are you doing?
Why didn't you get bitch ass in the mic?
Man, fuck both of y'all niggas. You killed my story, bro. Nigga, look at your fucking neck braids. Your hair be nappy as fuck on the tube. What the hell do you be doing? Nappy braids. I said your hair be nappy as fuck on the tube. On one video.
There you go,
Happy birthday, son.
Nigga, you lost every game. The only reason you beat DDG niggas because that nigga was blindfolded. That.
You're nice, bro. You ain't fucking around.
Strip team, give it up. Oh yeah.
That's ours. Oh, you look.
And I use what's going on.
Look at your fucking outfit. I'm tired of arguing with this nigga.
Our sister used to go to the school.
You record already in this game? Fuck!
Nice.
Nice, Jay. Get that Jay. Nice, Jay. Nice, Jay. Let's get it!
Hey, man, don't trip about it. I got it, bro.
Hey, don't want sister go to KCP?
Nah, that's the, I'm gonna change that life, bro. Sister's the dad. Her sister's name Summer.
Oh, hard.
That's fat.
You talking about Summer?
Summer for that. That's fat. Oh, God. Somebody bad be lucky I'm on the phone. I'll say some more. Boy. Hello? Hello? You coming to my house tomorrow morning? I ain't going to school.
You know she's going to school.
Huh? I did it.
Yes, he did. Say why?
I said his ass is fat. I said his ass is fat. But you got lines.
No, Trey, but Trey, that's just great.
Why you want me to keep bothering my hood, man? What the fuck?
Trey, this ain't she said she got her ass fat, bro. Trey, this ain't she her ass fat, bro. I think, but don't lie, bro. Trey, don't lie, bro. Trey, so his ass fat.
Look at how he move.
He said how he move.
See, y'all niggas get me in trouble, but man, you come on the mic, get me in trouble, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Come on, his ass fat.
So you can't come to my house no more? What the fuck?
Well, this nigga told me,
nah, cause my man, he wanted to know. Cause I followed, but I was like, her ass fat.
Bro, I don't know, bro. Well, this shit throwing me off. Trey just said.
Listen.
Say like you just come back on here like give me trouble.
Give me a trouble.
No, you got yourself in trouble. Talking about Trey. Trey didn't have to say that.
Just been shut up. I'm trying to get a pussy to walk. Hello? What did I do? Yeah? Hello? I'm trying to hear you and you just keep doing this to me like what the fuck? Stop. I can't. The day I get to bust you tomorrow, the day I stay home and get to bust you, I can't even bust you. Alright, man. Alright.
I lag, bro. Oh my god.
I just got another bitch to come over my house. You fucking head.
What the? Say, that was your excuse, bro. I couldn't say the she, bro. That was that nigga bad excuse. I'm not gonna lie to you. That excuse wasn't it, chief. Hey, Trey, you want to work on your excuses. Cause that excuses Shit just threw me off. Okay, but I'm getting buzzed by Ryan because you did that, bro. I'm getting buzzed by Ryan, bro. Oh, hell no. Alright, hold on. Let me knock in, bro. Hold on. Let me knock in. Before I actually lose. If I lose to you. Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I know there ain't no other girl, bro. It's the same one.
Boy, guess who just texted me?
Who?
Summer. What did you? I didn't even put you on beat. Like, what the fuck? I stopped talking. Look at you. I just turned on the music right now.
Yeah, like.
I'm not playing. You always think I'm playing. I'm dead serious. Alright, listen. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
This nigga be lying, bro.
I really love you, bro. I'm trying to put the kisses on you. Like, what the fuck? I'm over my house, I let the real paws down on you. You hear me? You hear me? Had them legs tight. Like the side of a truss.
What the fuck? Bro, making me lose the ride, bro. Bro. You making me lose the ride, bro.
My dick so far down that stomach, you ain't lose your fat.
But you making me. He making me lose, bro.
Hold them legs tight, baby. Hold them legs tight. Kiss on that neck, lick on that neck, make it wet. Make it wasabi. Make it wasabi.
Trey sound like you about to make salad with her.
The kind of bird I might just spear baby out.
Bruh, I cannot play, bro.
You good now, you good. Yes, daddy.
I just threw a peg, bro.
I'm moving like this. I'm moving like this, baby. I'm moving. You walk about the house back, hurt like shit. Back. Every time you go,
You're talking about, oh my back.
Baby, I feel you, I might not even take a shower. That's the best sex I can ever
Oh, that's dirty.
Hey, listen. I'm screaming. We don't let you do.
But
I'm gonna open them legs up like peanut butter.
But why you just compare that jump to peanut butter, bro? Niggas said.
Just like I'm swimming in it. I'm swimming in the ocean, swimming in the deep end. 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 Listen, my nigga every day. 15 playing with the yay. One call gets me out the way. Swag, he a spinning nigga bill. green box, I do that for my girls.
Oh my God, man.
Dick sucking up and pushing you up the wall.
Bruh, this nigga, bruh.
Yes, they do.
Pulled up on me and got $0 a day from what you're doing right now. You didn't record me.
You hear me? You hear me? You really taking the Jimmy, huh?
Even play. Oh my God, man.
Go to bed. You got a big day tonight, alright?
But she laughing at that shit too, bro. But she clearing this shit, bro.
Hey, you got a big day tonight. Listen. You can feel something. Listen. Big day now with the bed bugs in the school. It's with this. It's with this big 8-inch gonna do to your thing, yeah.
Bruh. She got DA tomorrow. You got DA tomorrow, Trey? You got DA. You got DA tomorrow. I just got picked off, bruh.
You need to come over here. I feel comfortable too.
I just got picked off, bruh. Trey just killing me. Yeah, but I don't know if I can play, bruh.
Tonight I use the bathroom up between you, alright? No, this is real live picture, just like cat. Huh? Hey, you wanna hear that big drop? Hold on. Give me 5. Yeah? Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put out some of them,
Is it gonna be wet or dry?
Nah, this my son over there.
Oh, so she dry. Oh, nah. Yeah.
Look, huh? Hey, run.
Bruh.
So fucking thirsty, my nigga. Like, let me fucking breathe, my nigga. Let my fucking pores open or some shit before you fucking look at this man, bro. Can we 21 on you? Man, overplaying everything.
Yeah.
Guard that up, bitch. Wettest jumper in the motherfucking game, nigga. Heat check.
Ryan.
You won. I don't give a fuck.
He on the phone with the Berlin, man.
Hey, Juan, I need you, little nigga.
What are you doing, nigga? I'm trying to push him. Oh yeah. Oh shit, where you at though? Where you at though, nigga?
Ryan.
Where you at though? Yeah. Just had to warm up and stuff. That's all good.
Man, this nigga really on the phone, bro.
Come on, I got you.
Man, not with your brother,
For no
man.
reason. How about? Get out. Let him have that shit. Ooh, you could have blocked him up. All good.
Hey, that's right. I'm the best one down here. Guess what I have? Gay. Take over, Daddy.
You just call me daddy, buddy?
Yeah, I'm about to make this nigga. Come on.
What did you just call me earlier, bro? Get this dub, man.
I'm on controlling Bill.
Shake it off.
If I make this, I get your girl.
Nah. You scared to come over here.
Damn, nigga just hiding behind fucking screens. 50 fucking screens in the span of 30 seconds and you still fucking pissed. Oh, how, bro?
What's my house number again?
Jay, I'm about to get Team Takeover so you can fuck this nigga up with the badge.
Hey, get the rebound.
Can we just come over this
What the
and
fuck
just
you make
don't
me
go to
fucking pay,
school?
man? Fuck! It's too early for shit!
You need school?
Good shit.
You need school?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just keep flying.
Shut your ass up, nigga. Fuck you laughing at, nigga. Don't get up on the play, little nigga. Good shot, AZ.
Got it.
Fuck, man! Can't get to the fucking ball!
Right. Alley, right.
Yeah.
ISO, fresh ISO on him. He's high behind screen, see what happens. Go down. Let me do one play. Let me do one play.
Play fucking ball, my nigga.
Hey, Flight, and
$500.
$500 for what? I'll do the deal.
Dribbling for no fucking reason. Dribbling to go nowhere. Awesome.
Green Bay.
Oh, man! There's a fucking power forward on him!
Yeah.
Look at Flight.
AZ. Damn, he gives this nigga a mid.
He missed. ISO.
Fuck,
Bro,
man.
give me the ball.
Let's get a fucking stop. Okay, my nigga, what the fuck?
Give me the ball, bro. I'm not fighting, man. Give me the ball, play. No, fresh, you're taking this guy. Move, Jay, what are you doing?
That's a foul. What the fuck?
Let him ISO.
Fucking dribbling for no reason.
Like, I think y'all gotta go to the park, bro. I think you gotta go, bro.
Just shut the fuck up, my nigga. How about y'all niggas stop cheesing, my niggas? Get a stop. Look at this bullshit.
At the park, Flight. I'm
Give me
just
that
letting
shit,
you know, bro.
nigga. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Wettest jumper in the game, little nigga. Shut the fuck up.
ISO.
Another fucking ISO. All this nigga does, man.
You're too close.
This highlight of his life is to fucking break a fucking nigga on the internet.
Come on, down me up. Shoot it. Throw it up. Throw it up, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? Throw that bitch up, nigga. You know me.
Fucking rebound. Half that fucking 8'5" fucking center, my nigga. Fuck.
Hey, Flight, Annie, Flight.
Good shot.
Look at Flight's out. Give me the ball. Let me ISO.
Bitch ass out of
Jay,
bounds.
pass me the ball, Jay. Come here.
I'm not passing nothing. Bring a shot. I got 0 points. Oh, damn.
Yellow ass nigga.
Yeah, Flight.
Doing the same fucking shit, my nigga.
Throw it up already?
Like, nigga, pass the ball, my nigga. Man, bro, if I knew you were real life, nigga, I'll smack the fuck out of your fucking back of the head, my nigga. God damn. I'm mad for you, nigga.
For the stretch. Stupid.
That's why I still made it. Stupid! Fuck you talking about? Let's go. Stop. One stop. Game ain't over. Oh, that was out of bounds like a motherfucker.
Nigga, Flight's ass. Get on my. Wait, I got you. Flight, your ass. Look at you. Bitch.
You're hiding behind screens. Shut your ass up, my nigga. I'm still locking you fucking down, nigga. Look at you, bitch. Fuck out of here, nigga. Stop hiding behind screens, bitch. Now you're silent, nigga. That's what I fucking like. That's what I like. Driving like it's fucking hot in this motherfucker, nigga. Where you going?
Terrible, bro.
Oh yeah, they jumping, nigga. Why you jumping, nigga? Trap jumping, everything booming, nigga. What they talking about? 1918, bitch. One stop, no threes.
Look at fucking under.
Help out, Jazz. Let him have the suit. I needed help, my nigga. Fuck! That's all you do, nigga. Flexing, you're a fucking ball. You're a tryhard, nigga. You're a fucking tryhard, bro. Shot the most shot on your fucking team, my nigga. This nigga JB didn't even shoot a fucking shot, nigga.
Hey.
Such a fucking tryhard, nigga.
Add me back, cuz.
Add me back, too.
Fuck, man. They hurt for so good, bro. 1,500, my nigga. Nigga's such a tryhard. Like, this nigga's just desperate to store, my nigga.
2.5, Blake. 2.5, bro. 2.5, Blake.
Want a fucking cookie, my nigga?
Yes, I want
Your nigga Jay Goated didn't even touch the fucking ball, nigga. If I'm Jay Goated and I know you in real life, nigga, I'm smacking your shit in the back of the head when I go to school, bro. You are a fucking show-off ball hog, my nigga. You're not good. That's the thing. You don't skill to hide behind the screen all game long, my nigga. Like, fuck. You think you're really good, bro. You're really not. fine. Bet with 1,500. You can make it.
What you doing? We about to flow out the west side on that.
Hey, why does nigga Flight Play look like Blueface?
See, that's that Blueface, not like Blueface, but okay.
No, like his tattoos and shit, the Yogi. Yeah, that was lame.
That was pretty terrible.
Watch him. That's off. You gotta switch. Yeah, what are you doing? Not playing. Okay, bruh. Fuck, man. Calm down, nigga. You hurt my ears, my nigga.
No, that's how he be doing it. Don't let Flight cook you, bro.
Oh, just push. One more.
These ass niggas switching me, man. He's fucking terrible.
I've been past it, bro. They suck.
Damn, Flight, you need to go back to park, bro.
Nigga, shut the fuck up, my nigga. The game just fucking started.
Bitch ass up, nigga. You talking to, bitch? You know for being an L, nigga. You know for being an L, you bitch. Fuck you. You tried it. Alright, you fucking terrible bitch.
That's white. Let's go. Fucking shot, bro.
What?
You watch this play for 5 minutes, right? You watch this play for mine, just fucking hell, pussy ass nigga. Fuck, nigga. Fucking bot.
That's bro. Double teaming ass, bro. I'm there. Hold on. Bro, watch him. You see that?
Fucking watch him! What the fuck? Oh shit. Bitch ass nigga 12-6.
Fucking broke my controller, my nigga.
Fucking damage, bro! Fuck, bro! I don't want a controller! You are dumb. That ass nigga. Oh shit. That nigga not playing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Fuck, man.
You gotta see this shit, man. This shit's fucking broken, my nigga. It's my only fucking controller, bro. Hold on, we gonna do something. Hold on.
Hey, wait, he oh.
What message?
It still works, low-key. It's just the shit's loose. The shit's loose. Just got on the fucking game, bro. You have no fucking life, my nigga. You have to have my notifications on, bro. Get a fucking life, my nigga.
Hey, bro, I remember I smacked you yesterday. But I think I told you what I'm
fucking bitch, bro. I just got on the fucking game, bro.
Man, this so mean.
Fuck up, my nigga. Get a fucking life, my nigga. Chasing around fucking grown men the fucking way of game, my nigga. Damn, bro. Y'all niggas is sad, bro. Alright, we didn't have to drive that. Bro, how the fuck did you even know I was online this quick, my nigga? You have no life, bro. You had time to sit, bro. You had to be just on the game already or something.
been on the game. Now you literally brought it up with my partner. Like you literally trust.
I didn't join your fucking part, nigga. I pressed my gram was in the part, bitch. I don't got you my fucking friends, you dumb bitch. I had you blocked, my nigga.
Fuck this up for my part. You gotta be added. You know you have to be added. Like you have to be added.
I don't got you added, my nigga. You're blocked.
Be added, my nigga.
Isaac Bruce, Steve James, Steve Atwater,
next, my nigga. Three seconds.
Let's go, Mario.
Ain't that done?
Fucking line, my fault.
Keep that three, you bitch ass nigga. This is too easy, Flight.
You got on the fucking game, get a life, my nigga.
I'm just saying, all the words I win.
Irish spring, green, nigga.
Secure the bag, get a fucking here. Secure the bag, that's on God. Secure the fucking bag, Flight.
Let's go, Mario, D that up. Come on, bro.
Hey, Flight, my nigga, I think they dedicated the Golden Bridge to your neck, my nigga, that long ass neck of yours.
Come on, Mario, make something.
Your ass, my nigga. Oh, good job.
Another miss.
Another pass. Stop passing. Hey, go back to GTA, my nigga. I ain't finna lie.
Come on, bro.
GTA, like, stop off the game and go buy team, my nigga. You're a fucking disgrace.
Bro, you waited for me all day, my nigga. Shut the fuck up, my nigga.
Disgrace. Are you finna cry right now?
Nobody's finna cry, bro. Shut the fuck up. Nobody's gonna cry, bro.
You're feeling right now?
You have no life, my nigga. It's sad, my nigga, at this point.
You never performed in the fucking
sad, my
right
nigga.
here. You're the bad drop it. This is bad, my nigga.
Bitch ass niggas. Deal with this shit, bro. You just have no fucking life, bro. Tighten up, man. Playing sweaty's the first game I know, but fuck. No life, bro. Fucking dead, my nigga. Late as fuck.
Oh my God. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know about that. Oh my.
Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Give me that. Seen that motherfucker intercepted by .react. Why not let it fly? Fuck them niggas.
I'm not sleeping right there, right?
Let's go. New court, new rules. No check ball, June 12th. Bro, who's man? Who won?
This is it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah! What a pass! Mario! Stop fucking selling, man! Damn!
Oh my, not, oh my. Come on.
You should be fucking up a fucking 10 points by now. I ain't unmuting shit. You don't like it, leave the stream. I don't give a fuck. Niggas still getting paid regardless. Y'all be the same niggas in the comment section being saying shit like, oh, why be paying niggas to fucking, who the fuck will pay somebody to fucking talk the most bullshit to them in their fucking life, my nigga? Sound dumb as fuck, my nigga. Let's go, Mario. I fouled.
My leg keep going up Kennedy. So?
Mario, you fucking sold, my nigga! Damn!
What you mean when I'm tonight?
Why pass it?
It ain't done with paramedic. It's not a good thing.
Amazing. Fucking amazing, bro.
What?
这是破一条呗。你下面玩哪些的呗？ Yeah, it's chilling with this big ass eyes right now. Fucking shot, Mario. Keep that same energy, Mario. Your fucking energy. Yeah, get that fucking nigga. What you you pussy ass nigga, I ain't gonna lie.
What?
Your defense, jump.
Jump the fucking body though, nigga. Show your fucking body though, nigga. Come on, this is easy plans. We know how they play.
Good shit, Martin.
Chill.
Hold on, Martin. I'll come back.
He's got it.
See you, Stan? Good catch. The pump fake. Out. Good shit.
That's awesome. I see you fight. You gain confidence in what, my nigga?
Try to start the pass to the drop roses. Can't do shit. Block it. Damn, Stan, get your play.
Don't get under the rim, nigga. Don't get under the rim, you African bitch. You know my fucking body. Don't dot him in the press.
I don't even know how we are. For sure.
Let's go, Martin.
I got it.
See, Martin? Let's go.
Chill, nigga.
Oh yeah, that's Eno.
Nice, Mario. Good shit.
Yes, sir, Mario. Keep that same energy, nigga. Keep that fucking same energy, nigga.
Fuck off, you all. Damn.
Hey, bro, shut up, nigga. Like you long ass neck, bitch, you air balloon head, airhead looking ass bitch. You fucking lizard skin pussy. You fucking pig. You fucking cow. Stop talking.
Let's go.
Make that boy get offline.
That nigga is spamming. What they keep nigga?
Yo, man, hold you up, man. I'm just gonna run to you, man. Look how racist you is.
Hey, Flo, you wanna FaceTime me and see if I'm black or not, bro?
It doesn't matter, nigga. You still racist, my nigga.
Wanna FaceTime me or what, my nigga?
Why the fuck would I FaceTime you, bitch? FaceTime me, FaceTime a bitch, nigga. Don't FaceTime me. Weird ass nigga.
FaceTiming bitch every day, nigga. Oh, you guys don't have
Yo, come on.
Hey, I be FaceTiming you.
It's looking bad. Yeah, you got it. You got it, bully, bro. You're the best class in the game, bro. Oh my god. Damn, bro. So niggas don't even want to respond to my DMs anymore, bro. That's tough. I said, play me, nigga. Niggas, you know, I got no reply, bro.
That nigga grinding going to like Tyson or